Boxing King Media in association with Boxer Johnny Nelson. Big night for Sky. They're looking to potentially launch the next big star in British boxing, Adam Azim, this Saturday.
You know what? And I've said to many people, at this stage in his career, he reminds me of when I saw the birth of Naz, and all these big bold ideas about what he could do, and Brennan's doing a sale package right there. But we knew what this guy was capable of doing in the ring. I think Adam, if he develops that punch power, and I know it sounds a bit bad, and develops a bit of an attitude, so you love him or loathe him, you're going to watch him. He's a nice kid, and he might not need attitude, but if he can pocket that talent, what he has right here, and take it beyond domestic and European to world level, the world will love this young man. He's a golden goose.
He sure does. What kind of challenge do you think his opponent's going to bring? He's obviously working out in the ring now. What do you see in him?
Of course, but the problem with this, Adam's a fighter that people know about, and if you're his opponent, you don't like going in there thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna knock him off his stage. You know, but I think Adam's going to be too fast for him, too sharp, too on his feet for him. Adams, it's not just about what you can do physically, it's about how fit, how good you think you are mentally. So you get two fighters of the same ability, so one with character and self-belief that will come out on top. And right now, Adam's in that place. As long as he doesn't go in there complacent thinking this is a done deal, then he gets to win. When he goes in there complacent thinking I don't have to do anything, just have to turn up, that's when he gets his arse bust. That's a mistake he doesn't want to be making.
Definitely. I've got to ask you about Shaquille Thompson, local lad from Sheffield. There's so many fighters like Shaq that are up and down the country that have got good records, they can fight, but they're not got people like Boxer and other channels promoting them. Why has it took so long for Shaquille Thompson to get somebody backing him?
Because, again, you know what happens is you've got fighters that are out there that are taking all the headlines. So you've got talented fighters that people just will slip under the radar and probably drift away in the game, drift away from the game, and we'll never know how good they truly are. Now, because there's so many different platforms for fighters to perform on, there's a chance for us to see people like Shaq. It's a fight for us to see people like Adam, and it's a chance for them to actually be stars. So the opportunity's there, the platform's there. Now they just have to deliver.
How quickly do you think Shaquille Thompson could be in a position where he's headlining?
Trust me, I know the gym what he trains at. I know what the trainer has to tell him to behave himself, calm down. He loves to have a scrap, and he's actually a better boxer than he's a scrapper. And I know, and I mean all shapes and sizes. You go into that gym with him, it's like going into the Bronx. He wants to take your head off. There's no learning, there's no warming up. He's thinking, come, we're having this. And it reminded me of going into Emmanuel Stewart's gym when Thomas Hearns were there. It was like going into a lion's cage. That's Shaq. He's that kind of fighter. So for this young man, the world's his oyster. I'm only going by what I see, and that's what I see with him.
Good man, Johnny. I was going to ask you quickly about a couple of other things in boxing. Announced a couple of days ago, AJ Usyk. Did you watch a presser? What did you make of it all?
A bit tame, and I get that. Usyk's a very straight kind of shooter. He's not a loud in your face kind of guy. And he's a serious guy. He wants to get a job done. He wants to get a win, and he wants to become undisputed. Anthony Joshua's got a right and wrong as far as he's concerned. So respect is there with both fighters, but there's a simmering volcano right there. And there's a lot on the line for both fighters. For Usyk, for obvious reasons, when you're a champion, there's always a big risk. When you're a challenger, someone like Anthony Joshua that's been there, and then wants to get back there again, there's a risk, there's a lot of pressure for both fighters.
What do you make of the face-off? They were both refusing to turn. I think it was AJ that eventually did turn. Does that make much of a difference?
Usyk, actually. Usyk turned first. Still kept an eye on AJ. And AJ's basically saying, you know what? I showed you he's basically, without saying it, I showed you too much respect. And so he wants to show, I ain't showing you no respect. That was my mistake. I showed you respect. I treated you like, I shouldn't have done. You're an opponent, and I get where he's coming from. I get what he's doing.
Officially, there's still no TV deal announced. Or do you know if it could still end up on Sky? Is it fixed that it's going to be on DAZN?
I'm gathering DAZN have created a package for AJ that that works for AJ. And as a prize fighter, I'm happy for any fighter to walk away with a lot of dough with his faculties intact. So that's Dazn's problem, what platform it goes on and how it works out. But either way, I'm gutted that we're not doing it on Sky, because working on an AJ show is unbelievable. Great vibe, great atmosphere and everything. But now I can sit back, kick it with my mates, have a beer, call some bad work, shout and scream at the TV if I'm not there ringside, so I can enjoy it like everybody else. And so either way, if you're an AJ fan, if you're an Usyk fan, you're going to watch the fight.
Definitely. And we'll get your response to Frank Warren's comments about Joseph Parker signing with Boxer, basically implying that obviously he's not British and it's a bit of a strange signing and he's normally used as the opponent. What do you make of the signing? What do you make of Frank Warren's comment?
Well, Frank Warren's a promoter, so he's not going to say anything positive about boxers' signings and what they do. So when asked and a microphone's put in his face, why would you expect any favours, anything positive to come from him? I'm sure if you look back in Frank Warren's history, he's done many things like that himself. Well, that's picking up bones. I think boxers signing, Boxer's going to announce some signings that is going to ruffle a few feathers. And in saying that, promoters will be sitting there thinking, shit, who they've been talking to. That's not for me to chat. But what I'm saying is, there's a method behind the madness of Joseph Parker.
Interesting. Talking of boxers signing fighters, Laurence Coley did an interview yesterday where I think he was caught off guard, where he kind of suggested that he's with the Matchroom for one more fight. It kind of implied that he may be looking elsewhere. Is he one of the names you're talking about?
I don't know. He might have done that. It's like a footballer saying, I'm going to sign for Man U and hoping Man City come work and give him a bigger offer. Maybe he's negotiating a bigger deal from Matchroom before, by throwing that in the mix, saying I'm willing to do that. I don't know, man.
You definitely know something, Johnny, but unless you want to tell us anything else, I'm going to let you go. Thanks, Johnny. Thank you for your time.